Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. Back in the cockpit, baby. Let's go!
Perfect.
Alright, good people. So, I went in and I got a chance to talk to the person who helped me out when I had to come here. And it was good seeing them. So, it was good being this voluntarily. But now my issue is we get a little gusty. So it's gonna be a little sporty getting out of here. Hopefully I can beat this wind going back. So that landing wasn't too bad given the gusts. So we'll see. But definitely gonna have to be on my P's and Q's, because this is stuff that I usually avoid. So we'll see how it plays out. Clear prop!
Penn Valley Airport, Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Automated weather observation 1928 Zulu. Wind 230 at 09er. Peak gusts 20. Visibility 10.
All right, let's check our brakes. Brakes check. All right, Lord, I need your help. Keep me safe. Keep me safe. All right, so yeah, so it's a little gusty. So it's going to be a little interesting getting out of here.
Penn Valley Airport, Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Automated weather observation 1930 Zulu. Wind 230 at 09er. Peak gusts 20. Visibility 10.
You may be wondering why I'm listening to the weather so much. Well, I'm a little concerned that the wind, especially based on the fact that there's going to be like an 8-knot crosswind, is right up to my personal minimums. And so my previous personal minimum for a crosswind was 7 knots. So I'm literally like 1 knot over my personal minimum. And I'm trying to decide if I am really comfortable with that. But you heard the end of a prayer asking the Lord to keep me safe. So I thought, since we are just 1 knot over my personal minimum, I'm just going to do everything by the book. Ailerons into the wind, put in my crosswind correction, and really focus on, this takeoff. And if anything funky, I'm going to shut it down. So you're seeing me kind of push the envelope on my crosswind takeoff for the first time.
Fuel tanks on both, trim set for takeoff, mixtures full rich, carb heat is off, primer is in and balked. All right, no, nobody's coming off. I don't hear anybody. Nobody on the field. All right. Penn Valley traffic, Cessna 92789er departing runway 17 out to the southeast, Penn Valley.
And I'm really taking hard looks at those wind socks and wind directions and gust speeds.
All right, just be on top of it. All right, heels to the floor, full power. Engine instrument in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, suction all look good. Airspeed is alive. And rotate.
And as you can see, I'm fighting the gust, but as you can see, I managed to keep the plane pretty good on center line. So did pretty good with the wind correction and making sure that I had ailerons into the wind. But it was definitely gusty, and I felt good about what I did there. So good takeoff, Russ.
There we go.
Penn Valley, citation 613, Whiskey Mike is 17 southeast inbound for landing, Penn Valley.
All right, we're good. That gust was crazy. All right, we're going up to 5.5.
And so you saw me extend my crosswind personal minimum. So my personal minimum is now 8 knots. And you may be thinking, 1 knot, dude? Like, really? Hey, listen, baby steps. I'm not trying to rush anything or force anything. See, those ego people, they get too fast and get too far and they get themselves in trouble.
Penn Valley traffic, Cessna 92789er. Going to make a left turn out to the southeast. Last call, Penn Valley.
Well, the aircraft calling Penn Valley departing to the southeast. You have a citation inbound from the southeast. We are currently 13.5 to the southeast.
All right, I'll be looking for you.
And we're showing landing lights and descending out of 3800.
And that citation 92789er. I'll continue my climb south until I hit my cruise altitude 53.
Okay, what altitude out of now?
Climbing out of 3,455.
Alright, we're out of 3,400 now, and if you just fly down the river and stay east of that big ridge or south of Selinsgrove, or if you stay west of that, we'll stay east of it. We should be no factor for you.
Alright, sounds good. Roger that.
We're just coming up on that ridge now on the south side of it.
And if you heard me, those 2 clicks, that was me keying the mic twice just to let that citation know that, you know, I understood what he was doing and was going to, you know, comply with the directions that we were giving each other. And I got to tell you, this is the kind of stuff I love, like when pilots are communicating and working it out. Pilots can work it out.
Yeah, that aircraft departing Penn Valley, you're 700 feet above us now if you want to go ahead on course.
Roger that, thank you. 92789er, out. Citation got you in sight. Have a good day.
Always come on. Have a good day yourself.
And see, the thing that was so cool, I mean, this person sounds like a very experienced pilot. They're in a citation jet. I'm putzing around on a little 172, and he showed me just as much respect as any other pilot.
I don't know if you heard that little bit of a little thing, and I see the citation out there. Can't see it, unfortunately. That's the cool thing about flying. There's always something, man, I tell you.
And that's just one of the many things I absolutely love about aviation. I mean, just the respect that pilots have for one another, just amazing. So I'm just hoping that one day when I grow up to be big and strong like that other pilot, maybe one day I can fly a citation jet. Who knows?
Yeah, so I was a little worried. It was showing peak gusts of 19. My personal minimum was 10. The airplane is 15. So, well, the crosswind component. So, the gust was almost a direct crosswind. So that was definitely my concern. So it's a little bumpy. Trying to keep myself coordinated. So it was a good flight. Just making my way back to Doylestown. And I will say it's a little bumpy. I was a little worried taking off there because it was definitely gusty in Selinsgrove, and I will say that had I known it was going to be that gusty, I might not have challenged myself, and I was a little worried. I waited for another little piper to take off, and I figured, all right, well, he did okay, so I should be able to be okay. But as you can see, I'm getting bumped around a little bit. Definitely gusty. So Schuylkill County down there, if you see right there, that's Schuylkill County Airport. Interesting airport because it's like kind of like on top of a mountain. But yeah, I've never landed that airport. I don't know if I'd ever be interested. I don't like the way that looks. Like on top of a mountain. Oop. Watch the climb, watch the climb.
What's interesting about that whole challenging myself in gusty conditions, I still wasn't confident in flying if I saw wind gusts above 10 knots. And it's an interesting thing because I'm just still getting comfortable with, you know, that I do have a decent skill set and I can push myself. Just having faith is what's key.
It's definitely bumpy over these mountains, I can tell you that much.
More bounce to the ounce.
I'm hoping when I get on the other side of these mountains it'll be a little less bumpy. Trying to hear the weather at Doylestown. See what the winds are doing there. I don't hear anything yet. I am 60 miles out, so probably definitely have to wait for a little bit before I can get the weather at Doylestown, but I'm definitely curious to know what's happening at good old Doylestown on runway 23. Definitely having to keep some rudder input, I tell you that much. As we getting pushed around, Jack. 15. Oil temp, oil pressure, suction look good. That's one thing about like being in a little turbulence and getting chopped up. Just trying to stay focused. All right, it seems like it's smoothing out a little bit now. Now it's probably gonna get a little bouncy. So see that little mountain, little ridge, but see that little cutout? I'm hoping I can like sneak right through there, because that's right in my flight path, and then it won't be as choppy in there. Now I'm hoping too on the other side of that little ridge right there that the winds will be a little calmer. That's my hope. A little less chop, a little smoother air. Alright, so I can feel it. I can feel it starting to get a little bouncy, so we're getting closer. So see, that's that ridge again right there, see? I'm going to shoot that gap. But as you can see, I'm starting to bounce again as I get up in there. And it's funny, every time I've flown this way, it's always done that. Alright, so one of the things I got to do is like I always have a hard time finding Doylestown when I get there. So I'm going to make sure that I am at traffic pattern altitude like way before I get there. No, not way before, but within reason. But I mean, I think that's one of the issues I've had too, is like sometimes I've been descending and trying to descend and all that kind of stuff. So that's been an issue. Alright, so let's do a check. Engine instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, suction, all look good. Heading indicator seems to be matching nicely. Oh, here we go with this stuff again. Stop it, kids, stop it.
Oh yeah.
I think somebody had a little too much coffee. Alright, so this has been a really fun flight. So it's good seeing people who remembered the last time I was there. I didn't want to film any of them. But they remembered. They definitely remembered that whole situation. And of course I got to talk to the owner of Leading Edge. Thank you, sir. And I'm glad I get to see you voluntarily as opposed to the last circumstances. So, but yeah, no, it was good to take that full circle, to land there. Talk to some other pilots. It was pretty cool. That's always a cool thing, like when you're flying along and you see traffic. Oh, here we go. And you see traffic, and then all of a sudden you see them in the sky. Pretty cool. And so for you commercial types, as you're coming into Philadelphia International or some other big airport, be on the lookout for us. If you look out the window, sometimes you'll see us little cloud hoppers flying around. Alright, so it looks like at Doylestown, winds 6 knots. Definitely different from what I had at Selinsgrove. For sure. So we'll be doing midfield, crossing midfield for a left downwind for runway 23. And I will say Selinsgrove, shout out to Selinsgrove, PA, but Penn Valley Airport, shout out to you guys. Your airport is absolutely awesome. Just such an amazing facility. And people are always so nice and friendly. Great group of folks, for sure. So thank you, Penn Valley, for the hospitality. And that nice, beautiful, wide, long runway. Especially because of that gust. I didn't realize it was gusted like that. That's crazy. Because I was wondering why I was having such a hard time keeping the plane, but I was on a good glide slope, so yeah, a little bit more turbulence. So what is that airport down there? Yeah, I think that's Quakertown because I remember landing there. So right up there, you see there's a like kind of a blank spot. It's brown, and then you see like a black strip. That's a runway. And so I think I think that's Quakertown. So that road down there, that is the Northeast Extension, aka 476. All right. On my descent, got my mixtures full rich. Power is set, carb heat is on. Gonna do crossfield for a left downwind. Runway 23 at Doylestown. Doylestown traffic, Skyhawk 92789er, 5 northwest of the field. Gonna do cross midfield for left downwind from runway 23, Doylestown. Alright, so let's do
Doylestown traffic, Skyhawk.
for check, so do a brake test. Brake test looks good. Mixture's full rich. Fuel tanks on both. Carb heat is on. Turn on our taxi landing light. And we are ready to land. Alright, so now just gotta find the field. I've got it in front of me there.
Doylestown traffic, Cessna 574 is left base 23, Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789er, going to be crossing midfield, entering the left downwind for runway 23, Doylestown. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789er, currently crossing in the field, going to be turning left downwind for runway 23, Doylestown. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789, turning left downwind for runway 23, number 2, Doylestown. Alright, let's get our first notch of flaps in. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789er, turning left base, runway 23, Doylestown. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789er, turning final for runway 23, Doylestown.
And so this flight is coming to an end as a come on final, so let's cue the music and get on the ground. And I was just so glad I was able to find the airfield pretty easily. Alright, let's land.
That was not good.
Yeah, I got pushed around a little bit and I didn't anticipate some of the crosswinds. So, as you can see, I wasn't on center line. And being a little hard on myself, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but, you know, sometimes you just know you can do better.
Made it here. Gonna shut her down. And that's it. So, thank you for flying with me. Wish the landing was a little better here at Doylestown, but the landing at Penn Valley was pretty good given the gusts. So, we're good. So that's it. We're done. Thank you for flying with me, Russ. Fly. I'm out.